How's it going, boys? We're back. Before we get started, subscribe, like, share, definitely subscribe, definitely like, definitely share. Like I tell you guys, I'm gonna keep on telling you guys, I talk about a lot of cool shit, so however my numbers up. And today, boys, we're here to talk about where we were all wrong. A lot of us were wrong. Like, a whole bunch of us were wrong. In the beginning of the year, they kind of announced like a Vstar versus Vmax collection box, and they did release a Deoxys and Aurora one, but the one that everybody was flipping out about was the Rayquaza versus Charizard one, because everybody was speculating all this crazy stuff. Turns out we did get the ultra premium collection with the special art Charizards, but a lot of people were kind of banking on this product, the Vstar versus Vmax Charizard Rayquaza, to have a shiny variant of those cards. Basically, like a Vstar shiny and then a Vmax Rayquaza shiny. That's kind of, what more than less everybody was kind of, speculating on. And boy, were we wrong. They did deliver on alternate arts, but not the kind that that we're used to. So let me give you guys, the best example right off the top of the gate. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys the Japanese examples since the cards they released are in Japanese, so we can stay in the same language. Alright, so this right here is the regular Vmax Rayquaza that came in Skystream over there in Japan, which is our Evolving Skies. And Vmax Climax, they came out with this one. And this is technically, another, special art version of it. It's essentially the same thing. The first one's by Planet, the second one's by Planeta, and all they did is literally switch them around. But it's a different art, alternate art, if you will. Back then they did this a lot in Sun and Moon. They just kind of flipped it around. Even in some of the regular V's, all they do is flip them around, and it's a special art. Right now we're really spoiled, and we only consider full-on alternates special arts, but in translation, that's this also means special art. So as of right now, this is the Vstar Charizard that we know of. This is the Vstar Charizard, and of course, like the super fancy ultra premium one that he's attacking me, that's we're gonna get in 2 weeks, unless you're in Europe, I guess. But and all of us we're expecting like, oh, that's cool when this is special art. Some of us did think this, but a majority of us were like, yo, we're about to get shiny Vmax Rayquaza, like that's gonna be so dope. It's gonna be like the original art, and it's gonna be him shinied up and everything, like how they did like the Vmax Charizard. And same thing with the Vstar. We're like, oh, that's awesome, we're gonna get the the Charizard with all shiny and shit. We were all excited, me included. But that's not what ended up happening. They just announced it everywhere, a couple other places already talking about it. But bam, here's what they announced. And let me zoom in real quick just so you guys can see a little more detail. I do have OBS, but this is just what works for me. But yeah, it's the Vstar versus Vmax Charizard, and as you can see, it is different art, quote unquote special art, but it really is just Charizard in a different pose and Rayquaza in another pose. It's so slight, like the variance between it, that honestly, if you don't know exactly what you're looking at or which one you're looking at, you'll kind of miss it. But you see this one, his head's kind of more tilted and is not just turned around. But yeah, so this box is going to be another variant of another Rayquaza and a different variant of a Vstar Charizard. Everybody was super gassed up, thinking that it was going to be this crazy, shiny. But hey, this is what it is. To this day, I don't even remember. Have we even gotten this one? Someone comment down below. I don't think we've even gotten this version of the Rayquaza, where he's facing this way. So even to this day, I don't even know when we're going to get this one. These right here, they might come in a special collection box. That's just, my theory. Or they might just throw them into, like the last Sword and Shield set, which is like 12.5, something like that. I can't give you like an honest answer, but I did want to go ahead and show you guys and kind of, just, little LOL. It is what it is. Obviously, we're spoiled. Everybody in the Pokemon community is spoiled. We all want super alternate arts. We want shinies. We want this. We want that. And, sometimes you gotta settle for this. But it's alright. Overall, this product, I'm probably going to skip out on it. It's like, it's 2 decks. Basically, if you're heavy on the TCG, you might want to pick it up. If you're a Charizard collector, you might want to pick it up just because it's another Charizard. Me personally, I might skip out on this one. But they open the Lost Origins. Well, I got y'all here. Usually I like to do 1 pack. And this situation is no different. And I did just post a video a couple minutes ago. But when this news dropped, I was kind of like, you know what, let's talk about it. Especially, like, I was one of the guys that was 100% like, yo, we're going to get a shiny Rayquaza, that's so dope. And, hey, I whiffed. A whole bunch of people whiffed. And you know what? It's okay. It happens. And, I can't predict the future, and I don't know anybody else that can either. So, until then, you know what I'm saying? We can be wrong, and it's okay. All right, we got Electrike and, ooh, Kingdra. And compared to my last video, at least I got a holo. And it's one of my favorite ones in Fire. Every time I see Fire and Kingdra, well, not every time because this doesn't happen that often, but just then when I saw that Fire and Kingdra, it reminded me of the Kingdra from Delta Species. If you guys don't remember, he was a Fire type. But with all that being said, comment down below. Let me know if you guys got, got too. I definitely did. And, if you have any questions, let's talk about it. But with all that being said, where you going?